Chapter 3. The months passed, and we, Kilky, got used to living on the island. We hardly ever talked about going home each day on the island was filled with beauty, sunshine, and adventure, and we could imagine spending a single minute away from a tropical paradise. One sunny afternoon, while we were standing on a rock trying to spearfish for our dinner, we saw two dark objects on the horizon. "What do you think those are?" he asked Jack frowned. "I am not sure," he said. "They seem to be coming towards," I said. "Could they be both Jacks?" asked Peterkin. Jack shaded his eyes from the sun and looked at the two objects. "They're canoes," he exclaimed suddenly. "Canoes?" I repeated. "You mean natives?" Jack nodded. We were highlights. The natives of the Pacific Islands are dangerous people, and they don't particularly like strangers. We quickly followed Jack in the woods and found a hiding place behind some bushes and rocks. Fortunately, we had some of our clubs and spears with us. We watched in silence and the canoes entered the lagoon of after the other. The first canoe carried a group of about 40 men, women, and children. The second canoe carried a group of men. The men were heavily armed and seemed to be chasing the first canoe. When the first canoe arrived at the shore, the women and children leaped out of the boat and ran in the woods, while the men waited on the beach for their enemies to land. 5 minutes later, the second canoe arrived on the beach. The warriors jumped into the water and immediately launched a vicious attack on the women. The men. It was the bloodiest battle that I have ever witnessed. The natives beat each other mercilessly with clubs and stones. The violence was too much, and I had to turn away. When I looked back, I caught sight of the leader of the attacking natives. He was tall and strong and had tattoos from head to toe. His face was covered in red and white paint, and his wild hair was an unnatural yellow color. I concluded that the man was the chief of the troop. Then I noticed another man who was as tall and well-built as the chief. His face was painted blue and he wore a headdress. I assumed that he was the chief of the other troop. The two men began to circle each other, but as the blue fades, she prepared to strike his opponent. One of his opponents threw a stone and he was knocked unconscious. This was the turning point in the battle when the natives saw that their leader had been injured. They fled into the woods. The attacking party chased after them and managed to kill some and capture most of the men. Once the survivors had been tied up, the men went in search of the women and children. A few minutes later, the natives returned to the beach with a woman and 4 young children. The women were dressed in brightly colored clothes and they were wearing flowers in the dark, curly hair. The young-haired woman had light brown skin and a very keen face. We were all impressed by her beauty and her cute but proud attitude. The yellow-haired she turned to the young woman. He seemed to be asking her questions, and when she did not respond, he raised a club in the air and threatened to hit her. It was then that Jack sprang into action. He ordered me and Peterkin to hunt the prisoners. Then, with a fierce cry, he ran to the beach and attacked the yellow-haired chief. Jack swung his club at the chief's head and it hit between the eyes. The man fell to the ground unconscious. His men were so stunned by the scene that they didn't react. Moments later, they were overpowered by the men Peterkin and I had fled. Within 15 minutes, the attacking party was lining up of the seashore on their cans and bound. After the battle, the natives gathered around us talking thus excitedly. Of course, we could understand a word they were saying. Jack shook hands with the blue-faced chief who had regained consequence by the point, and we invited the natives to our camp, where we treated them to a meal of fish, coconuts, bear, fruit, and jams. Exhausted by the day's event, we all fell asleep immediately after dinner. When we woke up the next morning, the natives were busily repairing their cannon, which had been damaged when it struck the beach. We tried to communicate with natives, but it was impossible. Jack pointed to himself and said, "Jack." Then he pointed to Peterkin and me, repeating our names at the same time. The chief understood Tararo, he said, pointing on his chest. Then he pointed to the young girl, Abatea, he said, and the girl smiled. 4 days later, the natives helped us bury the dead and got ready to depart. We helped them carry the prisoners to their canoe and have them some food for their journey. Then Tararo did a strange thing. He rubbed nose with me and my friends. We realized that this was their custom, so we rubbed nose with the star group. We were sad to say goodbye to our new friend, especially Abatea. She was sweet and well-mannered and seemed to like us. An hour later, we watched the canoe disappear into the distance with surprising glee. Heavy hearts and we thought of the events of the last few days.